Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Taffy, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth here on the cave. We are on an 8-win streak, and we just unlocked the D6 for Isaac. We have not taken him to the dark level, nor have we taken him to the chest. We have not taken anyone to the chest, and we need boss rush for him, so I think we should go ahead and do that. Man, I have just woken up. This is the first time with the D6. It's so good, and yet at the same time, I think is that Gemini? Can join friend. I don't mind it, man. It's a passive that is, it is a passive affected item, but it is a passive item that actively seeks to do damage, much like the Revenge Fly, and it's not something that I have to sort of, ooh, that's why you shoot the fire, Northern Lion. It's a, it actively searches out and seeks to destroy enemies with the same vim and vigor which I do, so, we can be on the same team, and that's kind of how I hope that shit would go down. Yeah, 8 cents to start. So yeah, man, I just, like, kind of, sort of, not really was entertaining the idea of taking a nap not minutes ago, and as I was starting to fade into the great beyond, into that infinite milky dreamscape, right between where you're awake and where you're asleep, I kind of just came back to and decided that I needed to get a video up today. I'm kind of behind, but it's just, things have been nuts, and it kind of plays into, I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about was that I asked people, I said, oh, what do you think we should play on the cave? Because this is as much your place as it is mine. And I mean that. Like, I don't ever want to sound condescending about that, where it's just like, well, you tell the plebes that they're also in charge and then they don't mind doing the work. It's like, that's not the case. Oh, God, we're 1 cent short. Let's go fight the boss and see what we get out of it. I'm just waiting for the day that I accidentally hit the spacebar and blast my D6 as I walk into the room trying to cut that vignette short, that little mini cinematic. So I asked everybody, I said, hey, what should we play? And honestly, like, I care. I always will care about the input that people give me. I gotta stop asking that question, though, because the response is always so varied. It's like actual politics, where people's response is, oh, I don't have a key, so I guess it doesn't matter what in the hell I think I'm gonna do here. And there's way too many spots the second secret room could be, so we just gonna go and hope we bump into a key later on down the road. Every time I ask that question and say, hey, what should we play? I get like 90 different answers. It's like, bring White Knuckle back, or bring back Don't Starve, or play FTL, and there's, I don't want to sound like, ooh, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful. I'm actually quite pleased with already how the sort of relaunch of the cave has gone. But at the same time, like, these are just decisions I should make, and I should just make adjustments based off of the feedback that I get. But that said, I'm no closer to knowing what else is supposed to go on the channel than I was before. Let's go in here. We've already got the charge. Mom's pill bottle. Now we have the charge and the money. Okay, let's take one pill. Let's take it with us. I don't want to take it just yet. I get nervous about the pill bottles anymore, especially now that we have kind of a streak forming. And I'm not a particular... Okay, I give a shit. I care about the streak. There. Sue me. Fine. You got me. You hit me in my soft spot. I care about looking like I'm good at this game. So yeah, man, I know that I want to put some Nuclear Throne up on the channel, just because I'm playing it. I'm playing it anyway. I know that I'm going to keep my ear to the ground about what other games can come out. There are some people that were saying, hey, let's just do a sort of let's look at so we can get more variety up on the channel. But the trick of it, as with all these things, one, if I decide to do a sort of let's look at or a Taffy sucks at, like, that's always how I daydreamed the show would be titled. Would be just basically, this week Taffy sucks at, and then we pick a different game from, oh, you sloppy bitch. We pick a different game for me to just blow balls at and kind of talk over. And that's cool and everything, but the problem is like, A, those games aren't free. And as it stands right now, almost every dollar that I've received in donations on the stream, I've pumped right back into the channel. I mean, like I've always said this, and I stand by it, that until things change, and I don't count on them changing, because this is meant to be a hobby, but until things change, I've never intended for this to be anything other than a hobby that pays for itself, which is why I can have fun. Like, somebody mentioned that was a super cool comment that I got the other day, that somebody mentioned, where he said, at this point in this video is why you are one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube, is because you Oh. Well, we were talking about maybe doing boss rush, right? Yeah, let's do that. And, okay, well, here's the deal. I'm going to take Mom's knife. Some of you are going to flip shit, and there's nothing I can do about that. Take your sadness and go home. Nobody cares. I mean, I care, but not enough to alter how I'm going to play the game. We will... I just want to go to the shop. Like, okay, we're going to try to do boss rush. We're going to try to do our chest run, our first chest run, our inaugural chest run on this account. But I need a key, and to get a key, I think I'm going to have to come in here, and I'm going to play these fine fellas. You're a smart fella. You're a fart smeller, Meg. So yeah, man. Oh no, come on, man. I got Mom's knife, like, right the F there. So yeah, man. Hello. You know, like, I like the idea of trying to do, like, a let's play scenario, but the problem is like, I could probably get those games for free. As somebody with a channel that has 5-digit subscribers, albeit very low 5-digit subscribers, I've found that sort of my idea of what makes a successful YouTube channel has been skewed by the success that I saw over at the Mr. Waffles channel. And so I've found that with 12,000 subscribers, you can generally... Okay, we definitely want that. And you know what? And I definitely want Black Candle. Like, you're never going to look at Black Candle and be sad that you have it. So I could probably get those games for free, but then it comes the hours of researching what games are coming up and then emailing people to get the free review codes. I probably could have gone back and played for more money. We're doing okay. Like, I'll be surprised. Like, okay, I'll have to actively try to mess this up as it stands. It doesn't mean I can't. I totally can, and I might, but, you know. So yeah, I would either just have to spend a metric shitload of money to get the games, which, you know, I don't mind paying for games if I'm going to play it anyway. I paid for almost... okay, yay, Pretty Fly, and I got a bad feeling about this pill, so I'm going to hold off on it for a while. I've paid for almost every game that I own, and the games that I haven't paid for have been, like, super generous gifts from denizens who just wanted me to play a certain game. And that's certainly not what I'm asking people to do. Like, I can't not take Guppy. I'm terrified of re-rolling. I'm terrified of re-rolling things that are good passives just to get shitty actives. So, did I re-roll? Yeah, I totally did re-roll the Mom's bottle of pills, or at least I should have. If I didn't, I apologize. I probably should have, but I don't really think it's affecting our run that greatly at the moment. I don't have a bomb. Why am I not knowing that I don't have a bomb? So, yeah, so there's the time. That's the big thing, is the time. It's like, I want to do all these things. Like, if I could win... I'm getting flustered because I'm having the feels right now. I'm having all the feels, like girl feels. And if you're a female denizen, I fucking just insulted you, like, as hard as I could. And I don't mean that, because I love that we have a female contingent, man. You guys kick ass. So for me to be a misogynist, just know that it's because I feel so comfortable around you that I'm willing to jeopardize the existence of my bullshit channel just to kid around. I kid. But I am totally having, like, female feelings about this, where I'm just like, I'm all weepy and concerned and confused. Because I care, man. I care so much, and if I could, I would 100% hit the lottery, and then, like, I would do the things that I'm doing right now. This business venture that I'm excited about, I can't wait to tell you guys about. We're close. We're really close to me being able to share about that. I just, you know, I just don't want to pull the reveal too early, man. I did that last time, and I feel like a jackhole, because people are like, hey, how did Salty Dog work out? And I'm like, kind of like AIDS, only worse. So, you know, I'm trying to play it a little closer to the chest this time, and I care, and I want you guys to know about it and to be a part of it, and I'm proud of it already. But I don't want to pull the curtain back too fast. But if I could have my druthers, what I would do is I'd get lots of bombs, because I have so many tinted rocks. If I had my druthers, what I would do is I'd just win the lottery. I'd do that part of it, and then I would just purchase this channel into permanent relevance. I would just play this whenever I wanted. I would set up an office, not at my house. That's another thing that kills me, is that I have windows, possibly, like, I have windows of possibly 1 to 2 hours during normal waking person's time that I can pull off recording. I'm gonna try to get the Small Rock. I feel like that's going to be our best bet. If nothing else, we're also going to get spirit hearts out of it. Nice. Ryan, good at talk good. So yeah, if I had all the money in the world, we would just kind of will this thing into existence by having an office somewhere, and I would go there for a set number of hours a day, and I would kiss the missus for an inappropriately long period of time in front of the children every morning, and then I would peck them on the top of the heads and grab my little bag lunch, and I would walk out the door and go to my office and just do YouTube-related things and Twitch streams from my office where it would be quiet all day. But the trick for me is that I've got such a finite amount of time each day where this place isn't a fucking asylum. And I love my kids to death, and they're super well behaved compared to some of these nightmarish hellspawn that I've seen other people have. And I don't want to say like that I've seen my friends have, because they watch these videos sometimes. So if you're like Jeff and Sarah and is there anyone else I know that has kids that are like actual friends of mine? Oh no, I'm gonna be a total dick if I don't think of the rest of these right, like, fast. I'm panicking. Like, Caroline has an awesome son. Oh no, who all comes over whenever we hang out? It's always Jeff and Sarah's kids are the ones that Grayson wants to hang out with. That's really it, right? Oh, wow, the Drakes, Andy and Jen, they have an awesome daughter named Eleanor, man. She's fucking baller. I'll tell her so too when she's old enough to use that word. But I don't think I'm missing anybody else now. I don't even think that does anything. That's too bad. So yeah, no, if you have kids, you know, there are other people, there are a lot of people in Richmond that I know that have kids. Like, it's not something special. Like, if you can have unprotected sex, even with a stranger, you can have kids. But those are the ones that are like the closest to my little inner circle. So know that when I say there are nightmarish hellspawn that live in Richmond, that are total wastes of carbon, and I just know are someday going to steal my car, I'm not referring about your kids. So yeah, my kids don't suck. My kids are awesome. My sons are just amazing. And one day, if one of them's smart, when they're in trouble because they wrecked the car, joyriding to win the heart of some girl, or hey, you know, it's a brave new world, some boy, whatever, you know, they're gonna look back on this video and they're gonna say, hey Dad, remember how great you said we were on that video? Don't be mad, but let's see. Oh no, that hurt so bad. Don't be mad, but I mean, let's be realistic about the type of money I'm gonna make for the rest of my life. I was gonna say the Beamer, but let's say like the Impala. The Impala is a total disaster. The Nissan has been wrecked. I won't go so far as to say like an Audi. We'll say Nissan. Nissan feels fair. Nissan feels like a fair assessment of my earning potential spread out over time. They'll point back to this video and they'll be like, hey Dad, remember you said we were awesome, so don't fire us from the family. Don't ground us forever. But that said, man, they're noisy as shit. Like, I love them to death, but Rory doesn't even speak English. Like, I try. I yell at him. Like, I just give him like an inch from my face, and I'm just like, what do you want to do today? And he just stares, man. He just stares. I don't have any bombs. He just stares at me, and I'm just like, you're not helping make things easy on us. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's Spanish. Amber seems like the kind of person. Amber's my wife, by the way. Everybody calls her Mrs. Taffy or Taffy's wife. Amber seems like she'd be into hot-blooded men. Maybe my son's Spanish. What the fuck am I doing with my life, and what am I talking about? I'm playing the Binding of Isaac, but when you get a mom's knife run, man, some of the mystery is sucked out of it. Yeah, I'll take anemic. When we get hit, we'll leave a blood trail now. Okay, let's go fight our boss. We can do that. I'm not even gonna peek at boss rush as far as the time goes. Like, if that shit pans out, that shit pans out. But I've seen the mutiny and the anarchy that's happened on NL's channel when it comes to boss rush. So that shit's gonna happen one way or the other. I'm not necessarily gonna force it. I do wish I had a reroll for this because I can't really take Krampus's head with me. I am gonna go back to the curse room. Fuck, I'll take a look. 13 minutes. We'd really have to start booking. I'm definitely gonna go back and take the compass. I was kind of wondering. Luck down. See, I knew I didn't feel right about that pill. I mean, I don't want to be a racist, but that pill, I mean, you just knew. You knew, right? You looked at it, and you're just like, ew. white pills. And I'm just like, ugh, you know, I don't want to draw any parallels between white pills and white people, but you know better than to trust them based on centuries of history. So, oh, the bombs, finally. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? I feel pressure to sort of perform now. I don't want to worry about the pills. They could all be bad. So maybe they're all great, maybe they're not. But I think that pills are a trap that a lot of people fall into, myself included. And I, for one, unless I feel like I've reached sort of an escape velocity that means that if I screw up, we'll take there's options. We probably should have taken it before. Yeah, you know what? I've not played this very optimally, but we're gonna win. Like, period. We're gonna win unless something goes horribly wrong. I can't pick up Mom's knife with a decent amount of health in the D6 halfway through and think that we're not gonna win. So, yeah, man, if we had all the time in the world and a place to record that didn't have children in it, then, I could put up... Wow, that was a pretty decent deal. I could put up all the content. All the contents would be yours, so long as the price was right. And, that's me quoting a game show that some of you may not watch. If you're my age, then you know The Price is Right is what you watch when you're sick and you get to stay home from school, and that it's hosted by Bob Barker, not Drew Carey, despite I'm sure what are his best intentions. But you can't fill Bob Barker's shoes, man. Like, that guy was 800 years old and sexing up a bunch of 20-year-old blonde models that showed off his merchandise, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. Yeah, sure. You know what? If it's passive, we're taking it. I'm not somebody who can get super down with the sickness of going like 19 extra minutes per floor to min-max D6 usage, unless we need it. Like, if that's gonna be the separating thing that pulls the wheat from the chaff on a run and guarantees us victory when we would have otherwise probably suffered defeat, then yeah, I'll min-max. I will 100% do 10 minutes on each floor and walk through and shoot every fire and shoot every poop. But as it stands right now, oh my god, AIDS poop? Huh. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I want in there. Oh, it's so good. We needed that. Oh, it wasn't worth it. We're gonna use the Joker card just because I don't want to deal with all that bullshit going on back there. We will re-roll that. I too like to live dangerously. Yeah, sure, I'll take dead lives. I'll take 9 lives. Fuck, it didn't get us out of there though. Why did I think that was gonna work? Why am I the world's dumbest man sometimes? Oh, get there, get there, get there. Big money, no whammy. Gimpy, I totally left a spirit heart behind. That's fine, we're good. It's all good in the hood, yo. Oh, come on, Taffy. Stop playing like butthole. I didn't see the creep. I didn't see the creep, man. What do you want from me? I'm not a superhuman. So yeah, as it stands right now, I'll just kind of feel it out when it comes to... Yeah, we got it now. We've committed. We've committed. Gippy's got our back, though. Don't worry. Don't freak out about it, guys. Taffy will pull this one out of its tailspin. Like, yeah, I'll admit, we took a little flack. The ailerons and the rudders and the... What else? Other thing. The flaps aren't working so hot right now. Landing gear's jammed up. But we're gonna sort all this out. Everything's gonna be fine. In the words of the Great Lebowski, the Great Lebowski. It's like the Great Pumpkin, only it's like the Big Lebowski and the Great Pumpkin smashed together. In the words of the Big Lebowski, in the words of Walter Sobchak, nothing is fucked here, dude. So, oh no! I was looking around for tinted rocks. I didn't see the bomb. Okay, woosah. Everybody take a deep fucking breath in. So yeah, long story short, I don't know what's going up on the channel. Keep giving me suggestions. Like, I'm not offended that you people deign to tell me what to do when I ask you for help. I'll happily take the suggestions and the advice that you have. And, you know, games like Nuclear Throne and games like FTL would have never been on our stream, or we never would have entertained the idea of putting them on the channel if it hadn't been for fine denizens like you who suggested them in the first place. So... that said, I don't know, like, nobody's giving me, like, a golden ticket where I'm just like, oh, that's so good, I have to do that. I do know that sometime this year, I'm really looking forward to Hyperlight Drifter. I walked right into that, but Gimpy's gonna forgive us, and that's why we don't look passives in the mouth, people. Gift passives, do not get looked in the mouth. Loki. See, this is not gonna be a tough fight, and we got a reroll set and ready. So, yeah, I feel like I had other stuff to talk about. I'll be goddamned if I know what it is off the top of my head. Like, I got so derailed by the whole if you're my friend, please don't think I think your children suck part. Because I don't. Unless I do, in which case I'd never tell you anyway. Yeah. Let's just go down to the next level. I feel like I had a handful. That's the thing that really kills me. Like, that's the thing that really cooks my goose here, is that I want to be doing like 5-6 hours of work a day. I envy the people that have the time and the means to do that. I just, I got other stuff that I'm also working on that I'm equally excited about, and I don't have a way to get to a quiet space. And I think that there was part of me that said once upon a time that I was just like, oh yeah, well, I'll just have to be okay with the fact that sometimes it's noisy during my recordings. You know what? It may not even be like the perfectionist in me that can't handle that. It's the person in me who can't, like, you've already seen how I've struggled on this commentary just to keep a train of thought. And that's because the voices in my mind won't be quiet. That has nothing to do with my kids. My kids and my wife right now are 60 miles away, and I still can't manage to keep a coherent thought in my head. So I think that part of me wanted to believe that the reason that I was like, oh, I need absolute quiet when I'm recording a video, was because I was some sort of weird Orson Welles perfectionist, like some sort of weird Wachowski brother of video game commentary. I don't think it is. I think it's just that I have like borderline mental retardation when I don't have quiet. And I mean, there are people that are mentally challenged out there that actually will perform better than me. Oh, I have no knife. My knife is so far away. Yeah, I can't make I can't make comment am do good when noise am here around time. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about trying to beat mom in 8 seconds. We might be able to, but here's the deal. I've put us in a situation where I don't want to say that this runs in jeopardy, but if I start cutting corners, it sure as shit will be, and it sure as shit will be soon. So I am going to just mellow the fuck out, and I am going to check all the rooms. It's going to cost us a black heart, but I'm okay with that. God, we have a shitload of bombs. I start checking for secret rooms. And I'm definitely not going to bypass our item room. I'm definitely not going to bypass our shop if I have my druthers. Come on. So yeah, man, I got commitments. I'm building something big. I'm building something I think I'm really going to enjoy, that I think is going to pay my way, and it's not even going to mean leaving the scope of YouTube. It's just going to mean working on something. I mean, in all honesty, it's going to mean working with music. And if you guys are familiar with me from the way back, on the Mr. Woofles channel, when we were doing Passive Aggression, my deal was finding new music for Rob to use. And, you know, he actively looked for music too. Rob's another guy who likes music. You know, but that became like my gig, was like finding new acts and finding new artists and getting them to sign over not the rights, but giving us license to use their music and promising, like, written permission so that they wouldn't hit us with a copyright strike, or more importantly, that they wouldn't hit Machinima with a copyright strike the moment that Passive Aggression went live on the channels. And I loved that. Like, that was one of those things where I got to be in touch with the fans and ask the fans what they'd like. Is that Ares the Ram? That's like one of the only ones I don't like. It's not like I can take telepathy for dummies, but if that was Ares, then that's like a ramming speed. Like, if you hit something, then it does some damage, which is fine. And I plan on getting close with the knife and everything. You know what I like about knives? But at the same time, I just feel like that's courting disaster. Like, it gives me an excuse to play recklessly and to shove my face into an enemy's chestal region. And that feels like a horrible idea, and I hope against hope now that there's a battery back here. There's not. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I should have taken the passive, but hey, if I'd re-rolled that into Polyphemus, who would have been the fucking laughing guy then? It would have been me, my friends. So, you know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but that said, oh, it's a pretty shitty shop. It's a pretty shitty shop. Pretty shitty shop of horrors. That's not even a song from Shop of Horrors. Like, I just made up a shitty melody and stuck a widely recognized, I have so much money and so little to spend it on. musical title in there and just assume that nobody would notice that it's not an actual song from Little Shop of Horrors. Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors is a whole different thing. That's when Daddy gets me time in the office after everyone's gone to sleep. So, yeah, man. Things have been busy. It's tax season, and all the mistakes that I've made in the last year are coming back to haunt me and are gobbling up shitloads of my time. Well, let's take the Polaroid because we're going to go to the chest. That'll be the first time we've done that if we can swing it. I've put us in not a bad spot, but definitely a weird one. I wish we had the map and or the compass. We did have the opportunity to buy the compass, but we didn't have the money for it. Hey, we're still blowing these up looking for the little rock to grace. Oh, that's big. Oh, people. The Guppy dream makes love and life. Guppy is love, Guppy is life. Do I want homing bombs? Yeah, sure, what the hell. Homing bombs isn't bad. I also forgot that we picked up the battery once upon a time. I also have to be really careful because all of my familiars will kill explosive shit that is standing right next to me. Wow, we are really close to living the Guppy dream, and I think because of the pedestal that is, we might be able to swing it if we just get enough rerolls. So I'll play the shit out of this floor just to make sure that I didn't end this streak by having pride goeth before the fall. So yeah, it's fine. I have no idea how many tinted rocks we are away from finally unleashing the devastating raw power that is Arkansas. Do I have any fans that live in Arkansas? Do you get, like... I grew up in Dallas, and I know that I still get giddy whenever somebody mentions it. When I hear, like, the Hunt for Red October, there was a submarine called the Dallas. And I remember, like, actively rooting for that submarine even more than I rooted for the actual Red October. I was like, yeah, okay, Sean Connery's cool. Alec Baldwin, alright, fine. But, man, that one's called the Dallas. Like... I have a sports team to root for now in this naval battle. So I just wonder, when we call it Arkansas, do people... Oh no! I took us out of full screen. Oh, but it gives me an excuse to write down the seed. Alright, if I thoroughly fucked up this recording, I apologize. But this is fate's way of making me not buy popcorn. X 4 F H 1 M 0 J. Full screen? Alright, I'm gonna have to... Oh, nope, it's back. I think it's back. If I thoroughly fucked up this recording, I'm sorry, but the seed is in it, which means no seeds are in your mouth, i.e. kernels, i.e. popcorn, i.e. free, you vultures. Oh my god, my kids have to eat, and they can't just live on popcorn either, man. I make it sound like you guys invented this deal, and I've somehow been benevolent enough to adhere to it. It is 100% my idea, so... I don't know exactly what I think it makes me feel better to bitch. Can I just openly and freely admit that? Is anybody else out there with me? It just feels better to bitch. I had a girlfriend break up with me one time, if you can believe that. No, wait, I broke up with her. Alright, hey, anyway, Janelle, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to paint you in a weird light there. I broke up with Janelle one time, and we had mutual friends. And one of our mutual friends was talking to her and said, you don't want to be with Ryan anyway. He's one of those guys who is like Sisyphus. He's only happy when he's rolling that fucking boulder up the hill. And I was just like, that's really insulting. And the worst part is how true it is. And I feel like that's like my thing. I've got so many bombs. I really don't need any more. And it's not exclusively my thing. Like, I occasionally like to be sunshine and lollipops. But I really feel like the most boring times in my life have been the times where everything's been kind of handled for me. And I don't mean like, you know, I don't want you to do my open heart surgery. I'll figure it out for myself. That's my thing. That's what I do. I just mean like when I was in a situation where I had nothing to do. I had no inherent struggle of my own to tackle. And during those times of what should... Oh, god damn it. Amnesia, that sucks, but not so bad. Pretty Fly is good. Full health is... Okay, well, you know what? If the only thing that we lost out of that was the map, and we got a third orbital out of it, then there are certainly worse situations that could happen. And probably will, if I have my way. Oh no! Dicks and balls. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want to say like, oh, I like to bitch for the sake of complaining. But I like to make things sound worse than they are, and I think that more often than not I assume that people know that I'm sort of painting it in a more dire light, it being any given circumstances whatsoever, that I'm usually sort of painting it in a more dire sort of Seinfeldian light than it actually is. And yet at the same time it's like, not everybody realizes that. Let's go fight. No, let's not go fight the boss. Let's go get a recharge on our D6, which should not be the most terribly hard part in this particular room. We've come up against some, I don't know, maybe they're not easy rooms. Maybe they just feel easy. We don't have a trinket, so I guess we should take that. Maybe they just feel easy because we got Mom's knife, and we're 2/3 of the way to Guppy, and this run, for the most part, for all intents and purposes, has never really been in question. Maybe it just feels, oh no. Maybe it just feels like that. No. Okay, let's go fight our boss. That's what we'll do. We'll fight our boss. We'll take this charge. We'll go into the deal with the devil room. There's a battery waiting for us right outside in case we want to keep re-rolling. Okay, well, we got Conquest, which means that it's going to eliminate some of the guesswork out of what we're going to do here. We're going to hope and pray that... Oh no, come on, man, he kicked me. That's not cool. We're going to hope and pray that... Hold still, man. There, any of them, all of them die. Well, I'm 100% taking the damage up. Speed and damage sounds tremendous right now. Oh, guys. Guys, hope and pray with me now. Spiders, bombs, spiders. Nope. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that none of those things were the thing we were hoping for. That's okay. I will happily trade a key for a battery. We did get a damage upgrade. I don't know how many rooms are left thanks to that amnesia pill, but I do know that we have, not in this room, but I do know that we have this pedestal back here to re-roll. Golly, it's so far away. See, this is the instant bitch. The instant gripe. It's not, oh, we have a free pedestal that gives us the opportunity to become Guppy. No, you're not quite good enough. It's so far away. I mean, maybe despite all the Southern Baptists that come chirping out of the woodworks every time there's a holiday in my family, maybe, just maybe, there's a little closet Judaism floating around in there. Maybe I am one of the chosen ones, the tribe. I've had people before. I have a thing, like, when I used to wait tables, I don't know if anyone else is like this, maybe it's just me, and I'm finding in a lot of situations that is normally the case, where I'll say something and assume that everyone else is on board, but then I feel weird about it, like I'm just like, hey, is it just me, or, is the idea of a Bolitar? Well, at this rate, I feel like we're kind of running out of options. Is it just me, or is it kind of hot to think of, like, Oedipus's 50 Shades of Grey instead? And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, you know what? Never mind. I guess I was just kidding. I was just funning it up a little bit. Like, so I gotta stop assuming that everybody feels the same way that I do about stuff. But, I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. Why am I derailing myself like that? I'm half tempted to stop this recording and go back and listen to what I was talking about to get back on track. Because I was gonna say something along the lines of, is it just me? And then I started talking about random inane bullshit, and it may end up forever and always being just me if I don't go back and listen. I have to. Hold on. I would have found the seed here. So I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna go listen to the commentary because I need to know what I was talking about. All right, I'm back. Okay. Maybe it's just me. What a dick I am. Like, oh, who does this? I don't know, man. I don't understand why more people aren't drawn to my professionalism. But when I was working, oh, please let this be it. When I was working in, like, restaurants, I can't be the only person who I'm drawn to voices and I'm drawn to dialects. And so when I heard people with a specific dialect or from a certain country or with a certain affectation, I would have to work really hard not to mimic it, lest I be seen as mocking them. And I didn't want to be seen as mocking them, especially in a situation where those people and their kindness were going to end up being the element that provided my pay, because it sure as hell wasn't the restaurant. I talked about this on another channel's comment section, that American servers, and I don't know how, I feel like this is pretty prominently known at this point, but American servers actually could lose money on a table if they don't tip, because the American system of tipping is so screwed up that, you know, it assumes your tips as your wages. Then they pay American servers like $2.35 an hour, and almost all of that, almost guaranteed, is eaten up by, oh, I'm gonna go re-roll Bob's rotten head, is eaten up by taxes. So I can't be mean to people, or I can't be perceived as being mean to people who are ultimately paying my livelihood when I'm waiting tables. But at the same, oh, not a snowball's chance in hell. But at the same time, like, if I hear somebody with a, like Sam Wilson, my business partner, is South African, and so he has this awesome South African Neil Blomkamp, District 9 sort of voice to him, you know? And, you know, I'm not saying that my, you know, obviously my off-the-cuff, oh my god, Taffy, play better. My off-the-cuff accents are an insult to anyone who hears them. Like, they're not good. Oh no, I can't fly. I can't fly, this is a nightmare. Get the bomb. My off-the-cuff accents are not great. But at the same time, it's just, you know, I'm not intending them to be like the world's best. I'm just saying that it's hard if you get a table that's Irish or Australian and you're hearing them and you have a tendency to want to instinctively try the accent, or, you know, American South. It's hard not to just slide in there and be like, you know, girl, I think you should absolutely try the grits, because the grits are just the best damn thing that ever happened on God's green planet. And they're like, oh my goodness, where are you from? And I'm like, I lived in Philadelphia for a while. And they're like, well, why do you sound like that? And I'm like, because you do. And then they hit me with a purse or something like that. So, oh no, super greed. Come on, man. You don't nobody got time for these bullshit squabbles? Although I could go for a tinted rock. I feel like I've made this weird in that it was a one run, but I'm kind of, yeah, you know what? I'll take passive damage reduction. That's fine by me. Is it time to go fight our boss? I want to go into that curse room to see if the last Guppy item's in there, but I've made this precarious. There's no easy out here. I actually have to pay attention and play, whereas I thought that maybe we just stack up life and damage and destroy the game. I've managed to dodge poorly enough and get distracted by my own tangents that we're actually in a spot where I have to play hard to win. Do I have any tinted rocks over there? I don't see any. That's actually a good thing, because I'd have to get pretty creative about trying to find my way over to them. Alright, I was going to say that was about to be problematic. I can't see the red on red floor here. Alright, tinted rocks. I don't see any. Alright, just be super careful about creep, because we create creep, and the monsters, they create creep. And I just don't want to fuck this up after saying it was a one run on floor 2. I'm jeopardizing the streak here. I mean, for God's sakes, we have Mom's knife. I can't afford, I nary can afford to go in that curse room. I can't. I want to, I can't. I almost walked over those spikes. That's what I get for playing right after a near nap. I had a near nap experience. Well, I guess we just go fight our boss, man. We go fight Mom. 34-minute run. This run's going on so much longer than I thought it would. I'm gonna pop strength, because I'm nervous. Like, no bullshit. I'm nervous. Oh no. Oh, why are you so far over there? Why are you making me fucking run? There we go. Isaac. Alright, just get the shots in there. There we go. As I say, don't mess around with it and you'll be fine. Yeah, sure, to the Cathedral. Everything's going so well. So yeah, man, I hear people and really cool, like, that's the thing, is that it's not meant to be patronizing. It's actually that I'm interested, like, really cool accents. And I want it in my life. We have been super fortunate, but not when it comes to red chests. For those, everything has sucked, and life is nothing but pain, and then eventually you die, and in 100 years nobody remembers you. Like, that's been the story of these rooms. That's been the story of these rooms. We've been super fortunate everywhere else. Why do we have a slowing effect? I don't understand. What did we pick up that gave us a slowing effect? I don't see it. I don't know what we got. We got something that gave us a slowing effect. I'll be damned if I know what it is. Whatever, man. If we can get to the chest, though, I feel like we can get carried there. I mean, we're getting carried pretty hard now. This is me not even allowing myself, to try to paint this as though the game's not giving us every advantage. I think the whole reason I brought up the whole I try to sound like people story is that when I mentioned the tribe of Israel, it was because I had a Jewish table, one of the last tables I waited on. Super nice folks. Please don't let me think that I'm going to paint this into a weird, uncomfortable stereotype. I'm not gonna. They were super nice and they tipped me very well and they treated me very well. But oh, this room. Okay, you know what? We're gonna handle this room like we would handle any other room filled with this. We will take it a little bit at a time. We will not create more mess than we are equipped to handle. We will not go all over the place creating new problems to solve. It's already problematic enough without our help. So let's just... Wow, why is there so many red hearts? Some denizen who's smarter than me, make me understand why we are just putting a metric shit ton of red hearts on the ground and why I don't have Dark Bum to capitalize on this historic event, this accord between Isaac and Gamer, where apparently one day the treaties were all signed and the war ended, and Taffy and RNGesus got together and had margaritas and decided not to fight anymore because red health was in a plentiful supply and all the villagers fucking rejoiced and nobody had to work the red health fields anymore. It's a weird tangent. I'm just trying to think of something to talk about that doesn't really involve thinking. I am sincerely confused about why I have so many red hearts. I don't actually know what item does that, but I have it. I also don't know why I'm getting a slowing effect. Like, I'm thoroughly confused about what items I have. There's part of me that if I didn't have a lot of the same stuff that I recognized from the run, from before I paused it, I would think that maybe I had booted up the wrong seed to finish after I figured out what the actual shit I was talking about, before I derailed on about 9 tangents in a row. But it's the same seed. I just don't know what I picked up that made it all wonkadoodle. So yeah, I had a Jewish table, and towards the end, I just sort of had inherited a certain amount of lilt and a certain amount of inflection that mirrored theirs, and I hadn't meant to. And the gentleman asked me, he said, "So are you of the tribe?" And I was just like, "Oh shit, I sound just like you at this point." No, I'm not. I'm not Jewish. But at the time, I had friends who were, if you know what I mean. So yeah, no, it just, it always made me wonder that if, you know, did other people just instinctively not have that switch where they're just like, oh, well, yeah, of course, you know, I hear somebody with a certain accent, I try to copy it, or, no, you fucking asshole, that's how you piss people off. I don't really think there's a reason to stay on this floor. Let's just get to the chest and see if maybe we can't make goodness happen there. Wow, I don't know how I feel about this straight worm thing. Okay, I have intentionally tried to walk into about 9 shots. That's fine. Let's just be rid of that asshole angel right there. Wow, who is really trying to get up and personal for the close-in kill. We're doing fine on damage. We got Mom's knife, man. It's all about timing it out appropriately. It's about sending a message. I do, like, everybody does such a shitty Heath Ledger. Everybody. I don't care how good your friends have told you your Heath Ledger, or your Christopher Walken, or your fucking Peter Griffin or Stewie Griffin is. They're all bad. Mine are too. But the thing is that I feel like I've reached a higher plane of consciousness where I understand that my Heath Ledger and my Christopher Walken and my Stewie and Peter Griffin are all fucking horrible. But I need the rest of the world to catch up and start to understand that as well. If I have to sit through one more bad... And let's face it, nobody has a good, you know, Christopher Nolan Batman. Where's Rachel? That's all you gotta do. You gotta sound like an English bulldog. An English bulldog is fucking a drill sergeant, and that's basically you know, while they both have colds, and that's basically Christian Bale's Batman take on Batman, which I loved. I enjoyed Christian Bale's take on Batman, but I really I felt about him the way I felt about Macy Gray's music careers. I just wanted him to clear his throat one time, and in her case, she could stop being the female Rod Stewart, and he could stop sounding like he needed a fucking Vicks Vapo rub on his chest. I'm going to reroll all this. Fear Shot, actually, I feel like it would mess up our rhythms. Definitely going to take Magic Mush. Definitely going to take Daddy Longlegs. I'm going to leave Headless Baby. We're creating enough creep as it is. I'm going to leave Butterbean because it's quite possibly the worst item in the game, and it might not even be by that close a margin. So let's get rid of all the big things, and then we can focus on the smaller items. There we go. It's just dawned on me that we've never actually had... Oh, Jesus God. We've never actually had a chest run... Oh, shit. Well, at least we got that red health. Is Macy Gray another one of those people that when I mentioned them, younger people have no fucking clue what I'm talking about? I don't know anymore.
Try to say goodbye and I joke. Try to walk away and I stumble.
God, I hated her. I didn't hate her. I'm sure she did charity work and I'm sure she's a lovely person, but fuck off, I hated her music so bad. I just didn't like the sound of her voice. I'm trying to think. There are other people that are like that for me. That I just like. Bruno Mars is another one where I think he's a really talented musician, and I think he's a charismatic singer and a worthwhile lyricist as far as pop music goes. Something about his voice just sets me off, man. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it. We have so many keys, and we have so much goodness going on here that I just don't want to risk touching that red poop. Let's just go. We'll re-roll, pick it up and set it down. We'll re-roll these two. Is that Taurus? Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio and health. Sure. I'm like I said, I'm not feeling particularly min-maxy. So now we'll do more DOT, and we got a little more health out of it. So, and we got rejuvenation. So let's blow that up. I don't have an enemy to play it, but that does give us another item to reroll. Should we get more? What are you? Amnesia? Tempting. You make a tempting offer, game. You make a hell of a Caucasian, Jackie. Let's see. Well, this is a little frightening. Oh, we got the fucking creep. Ball of tar. That's what they're hitting that's slowing them down. It's not us hitting them at all. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm fucking not. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like those guys slowed down without the benefit of being hit. Alright, so we don't need amnesia. We certainly don't need the fool. Should we try to reroll one more time? Fuck it. Let's just get our win. Let's get our win and go home, baby. Alright, let's get up close and oh my god, that's so fucking not good for the environment. Oh, I drive a Prius. Want to drive a Prius. It's become my battle cry. I don't know why, man. I'm nervous. I don't want to fuck up this run. I called it as a one run on floor 2, and I'm actively trying to walk into bullets right now, and the game's just not letting me lose because of infamy. Cool. I don't know what I was even... I don't know what I was talking about for most of this run, man. Oh, I certainly don't know what I was talking about at the end. Singers I hate. Like singers whose voices I hate. Oh my god, so weird. I drive a Prius. Why the fuck did that come out of my mouth? I should not do any more tired runs today, but I will try to get this one up on the channel just so we can analyze where it went wrong and how spectacularly it folded in on itself. So, the D20 has appeared in the basement. Golden God is achieved. I am the best. It says so. I am the best. Guys, it's always an experience. It's always something. Anyway, thank you for tuning in on behalf of the denizens of the cave and myself. My name is McLaffyTaffy. I am a hot, wet fucking mess, but I'm also out.